Is it?
Live.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to XER, the Xpound Entertainment Radio. Um, with the as we normally do, we will go through up to 2 bits of news, and then our catch-up section where we talk about up to 2 things that we did over the previous week. Anything in entertainment, games, movies, TV shows. It's all fair. And then our topic where we're going through the latest of the Nintendo home consoles. I don't want to say last because there's NX, but anyway, the Wii and the Wii U, and talk about that. And joining me, as per usual, is Anastasia Laserbeam
Hello.
and Chris A.K. the Mole.
Hello out there, internet land.
All right, so with your first bit of news, take it away, Pew.
All right. Everybody's super hyped and for uh, Super Meat Boy on the PS4 because you're gonna be able to get it on the Wii U as well.
For the same price of 000.
Price has yet to be confirmed, but they've been tweeting about it a whole lot, and they said probably at the end of October. So around the October 20th, because that is when developers made it in 2010. So they're gonna release it on the same date for the Wii U.
Nice.
Don't download it for free on your next gen PS4. Please, look, we're still next gen. Look, we got Super Meat Boy. Come back, lovers. No, they're all playing Destiny. Goodbye, my lover. Goodbye, my friend.
So yeah, it's gonna be on there. So if you wanna like show your freaking Super Meat Boy and Wii U support, yeah. Or I guess if I can get it for free on PS4, whatever, you know.
Well, free if you pay Plus.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just putting that in the description in case anyone listens goes, oh, I went on then, it wasn't free for me. I don't have Plus. What?
I had to pay my unborn child.
I really hope they actually do talk like that.
I had to pay to get my sex change. Well, I'm sorry, Bruce Jenner, but Plus is important.
It's all the important.
Topical. Come on, we haven't made the single Bruce Jenner joke.
Don't say the phrase Bruce Jenner is not a hero.
Yeah.
Should get you fucking arrested.
Yeah.
All right. So, Mole, your first bit of news?
Should I go with my really big news, or should I go with my tiny news? I'm gonna go with my big news, just to fuck it up. Capcom has spoke about the future of some of its biggest franchises, including Resident Evil, which is a survival horror pew, Devil May Cry, and Dragon's Dogma. In the 600th issue of Dengeki PlayStation, published this week via Siliconia, Resident Evil producer, which is a survival horror by the way, Pew, Mashinka Kawata, answered questions about what we expect from the development, leading with the fact there's news about Resident Evil 7, which that's a survival horror by the way, Pew, which would be coming soon. We're currently not a state to talk about, he says, but please stay tuned, he said. And of course, I believe that we should produce titles that bring out the horror. I'm thinking about it, and I'm also preparing for it. The magazine then asked him about whether or not we would see new titles in the Devil May Cry and Dragon's Dogma franchise anytime soon, to which he said, there's also things I would like to personally do, but there's no plans for it right now. No.
I thought it'd be like, to which he personally said, what?
What's that?
Devil May what?
Oh, you want one with that brown-haired kid who wore that mop on his head? Huh?
We're going to combine them both. The Dogma May Cry.
Dogma May Cry. I also feel Pew may... I'm also sorry I kept mentioning it's a survival horror Pew.
Can you combine that with Disney and it says all dogs who cry go to heaven?
But, yeah, so there's no plan for Devil May Cry, unfortunately. which I've been playing. I have played Devil May Cry 4, the remake on Xbox One, awesome. But everyone should totally buy that and give support to that over Dante. But I will say that the other thing was, with that, it's like, oh, okay, there's no drive of Devil May Cry, but I'm glad he keeps talking about the horror for Resident Evil 7. Which, if you don't know, Pew, Resident Evil is a survival horror series. But Resident Evil 7, if it's a horror, that's gonna be fucking awesome. Like, yes! No more fucking shooter like 6 and 5.
Shut the fuck up. Resident Evil's a horror? When did this happen?
Well, like I said, 5 and 6 were a shooter. So if he's put more emphasis on the horror, it sounds like it could be back to format, like people have been asking for, couldn't it?
I didn't even know it was a horror in the first place.
Yeah. It is. I know it confuses you because they use weapons, but you can use weapons in a survival horror. However, I will say that with that, I'm thinking Capcom may have been genius. Only because, let's face it, if Capcom sees there's money somewhere, they normally tend to do it. Not all the time, but if they see there's some sort of big thing they could capitalize on, they tend to sometimes do it. With Silent Hills no more, and all those people clamoring for that next gen for survival horror, does anyone else see them making Resident Evil 7 what people were expecting Silent Hills to be, to relaunch the franchise and get other people who couldn't get Silent Hills to now get that?
That'd be interesting.
Woo.
All the people to not get it? You mean everybody?
I mean the people who were planning to and couldn't.
Oh, okay.
So the ones that were disappointed by its cancellation.
I get you. I'm just looking at like the ones that couldn't, because nobody could get it.
Well, not true. PC have illegally downloaded the copy. No.
That would be amazing. Like, that'd just be funny. It's like, haha, we have the game. Like, because I imagine at this point, if anyone said that, I'd be like, oh, it's a troll. It's got a virus or something. Like,
What'd you do if they said that and then streamed it on Twitch? And it was the actual game.
They would get shut down? I don't know. It'd be interesting to see. I wouldn't mind seeing that, but...
What do you mean you'd swat you?
What? I didn't say that.
Whoa, so much hostility, but over to Rick.
Alright. Alright, so then my first bit of news, I'm going to go with this one. So there's a Japanese streamer, Disgaea, who was playing Minecraft and streaming it, and he showed off his new oil match lighter, and then he accidentally set fire to his house. Which is funny and not funny. But, because, you know, it's one of those face-palmy things, like, really? But, according to the report, the second floor caught on fire. He and his 73-year-old mother, 68-year-old father, and 62-year-old relative were injured, but apparently not that serious. But yeah, his room is probably screwed because he was on camera while doing it.
Oh.
You see a little flame in the background, and it's like, holy shit, what the fuck is that?
Yeah, based off this little animated GIF, yeah, pretty much he's like, you can see the fire starting and he's gone, and then it just gets worse. Because I assume he didn't turn off the camera and stuff when he ran out, which is good. I mean, let's be fair. Given priorities, it would be to get out and get people out and not, oh, got to make sure I shut down my stream properly and stuff. But
poor guy.
Like, yeah.
I guess as he's a PC gamer, he's used to burning his games.
No word on if he'll illegally torrent his next house, but
torrent his next house.
But yeah, glad to see nobody died. But yeah,
Fun fact: his web browser was Firefox.
This is what happens when you overclock your card for Minecraft.
Yes. This is what happened when you try to download Batman Arkham from PC.
This is their antivirus. That'd be the craziest thing ever if it did that.
You illegally downloaded this, you will be exterminated. Just explode you. What the fuck?
Or if you like try to run it after you illegally download it, it'll just like require so much of the computer's processors it tries to like overheat it.
Oh my god. You go to play it, go to play a downloaded game, and it goes, boom, you're now connecting to Twitch. Wait, what? Boom, your face has now been streamed on Twitch's Named and Shamed for thieves. The FBI in your local area have been contacted. Thank you.
That would be funny. Make it happen, WWE. Anyway. Well, all right, so on to our second bit of news. Take it away, Pew. Pew.
Daniel and Craig was being asked about the new Bond movie, and people were asking him, like, if he wants to do another one, did he, like, his plans for it, and he basically said that in the best possible way that he's pretty much good if they don't do another one, and he doesn't necessarily have to or want to be in it. I mean, he pretty much, I'm just going to say the quote, "I don't give a fuck who plays Bond next. I do it for the money." That is a direct quote.
Yeah, like I said, at least he's honest.
I know. I just love the way he said it. Like, just don't give a fuck. If they asked me, I would do it for the money. Otherwise, he says he's happy where they left off. And he pretty much said, like, nice PC, where he's saying, yeah, anybody else could do it, it'd be totally fine, I'm pretty much settled, I'm at the moment where I'm almost about to retire, but not quite, and not retire from film, but retire from being Bond. He's like, maybe we could squeeze one out there. And he said if he had to do it and he was forced, it'd have to be a ridiculous amount of money because he'd rather kill himself than make another Bond movie right away. Unless you gave him an absurdly ridiculous pile of money proportionate to the last movie he made, or the amount of money he made for the last one. So yeah, he doesn't really want to do another one unless it's like a long time from now.
Fair enough. It's probably because he doesn't want to be typecast as Bond.
Probably.
James Bond.
Too long I still went to add the Junior.
Pond. James Pond.
Junior.
I remember James Pond. Robocard.
Yeah. Yes.
So yeah, we'll look forward to who will be the next one. James Bond Spectre.
I can't wait till they reboot it with an all-female Bond.
Oh my god, that'd be so fucking weird.
Jamie Bond.
Jamie Bond.
Does that mean that the Q would have to be like a male? And just to have sexual tension? Or I forget, do they do same sex or opposite sex? Because with this particular one they did opposite sex, but other ones they've done same sex. Like techno person.
Yeah, Q's normally a man.
Yeah.
So, it'd be a female Q.
Yeah. She's gonna be like, hey, look, got this makeup that fucking shoots lasers!
Yep.
Just one put on this lips, and any guy you kiss, they'll instantly burst in flames.
Hey, that's a really cool looking sport car. No, I don't buy this woman at all.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we shall see.
All right,
It
so
could be a chick because he does not give a fuck.
My second one, Mick, as you were so rudely interrupted, was a new Justice League animated series, maybe in the works at Cartoon Network.
Ooh.
Its Canada branch has appeared to let the cat out of the bag, so to speak. According to the World's Finest, Cartoon Network Canada shared the following confirmation in a post on Facebook, and I've seen it, and I wrote it down because they only showed it in a picture, so I had to copy it and write it myself. We will be premiering a new Justice League series, but not likely till next fall. The post has since been removed. Instead, however, a new post can be found which reads, "Hey fans, we at Cartoon Network Canada can't actually confirm any information regarding any potential new Justice League series. IGN's request for a comment was not returned at this press time." So yeah, new Justice League cartoon. Ooh.
Nice.
The last one was fucking awesome. Last Justice League the cartoon was awesome. Young Justice was awesome. And hopefully they can at least get a few series out of it, not just 2 series and a cancellation like most Cartoon Network shows. Hopefully they can actually get like you know what I mean? Keep it going for a few years. That'd be awesome.
Yeah.
But over to the tower.
All right. So for my second bit of news, this is from Bungie.net, but they are bringing back Tess and the Eververse Trading Company to where you can buy emotes, and this costs silver, which makes me laugh because that's not a currency in the game, so they have to add another currency that I'm trying to remember exactly how they put it, but because I think it was something along the lines of this, because I like their wording. It was like, silver you can buy from your store's marketplace for use in this game. So basically, they're adding microtransactions for the emotes, which is okay. But then again,
can't I just tell him Crispy was Jesus to get my 3 pieces of soda?
yeah, you could get 13, which will probably buy nothing. But yeah.
He'll buy 1 emote.
If you get somebody, that'd be funny. If you get someone killed on your team, they give you 13 pieces.
Yeah. And you get the achievement Judas.
Yes. But yeah. So we'll see how this goes.
Would the emote you get with that be sad face?
Well, you can buy it. Like,
no,
so
that's
they're
the
gonna.
emote you just get with your silver. That's the only one you can buy because you betrayed him. You get the sad face.
No,
you get the sad face.
That wouldn't work because there's no helmet.
Mm.
The helmet would be on.
You get a big cartoony sad face above you that cries.
There you go.
You got the sad Hulk music playing as you walk away from the mission, sadly.
And try to hitchhike.
Yeah, as all the players in your team go past you.
That would be an amazing one, because I'd want someone to do it when they were out on the edge, like on the, so they'd like walk off the ledge and die.
Yeah.
But yeah, the pricing information and emotes will be available Tuesday, October 13th, along the launch of the in-game storefront. So
I still haven't seen any pricing about that. Oh,
yeah.
The 13th, sorry.
Yeah.
When I first read it, they said this Tuesday, and I read it on Monday, and I was like, oh, okay. So I look, and I'm like, where the fuck is it?
Yeah, well, we'll see how that goes. Kind of worried about what that means for the future, but
what that means is it's a $60 game with how much DLC and now microtransactions. It's perfect. It's everything we love.
Yeah.
It's everything we love.
It's all the good things in one.
Well, but I like the idea that means going forward the future ones will be free. At least that's a rumor.
Yeah, supposedly they said that the story updates will be free through next fall.
Yeah, so that's
what
good.
I saw. I didn't see a first-hand source.
Yeah, because that's good. Because I remember, because there's loads of people who laughed about this, but then there was loads of people who said, but at least give us the emotes from the collector's edition to buy. I'd buy more emotes. When the second they announced more emotes, everyone's like, more emotes, ha ha. It's like, well, you asked for this. You can't say, give us this. No, when they give you, go, not really. That's not how it works. I don't know. Yeah. I think I might buy some because I do use them.
I'd want to see. I hope there's a good preview because I don't want to, like. They've gotten better, so I'm assuming she'll have like one of those little kiosks near her that will show them.
Oh yeah, I hope they do too. Cause like, if I was to go there and see an emote, the Hulk Hogan, I'm gonna be like, oh my god, that's amazing. To be putting his ear to the side, that's gonna be amazing. And then I just look at people and it just says he doesn't like the color of your skin.
Yeah,
I mean, it's banned from Xbox Live. It's like, oh, thanks. That'd be amazing.
All right, so now on to our catch-up section. So first with that, take it away, Mole.
First up, I completed Like of Dimensions.
Yay.
Woo! The main story, which is really fucking fun. And yay, Stay Puft appears near the end and helps me. I I did the Ghostbusters one where you were against Zod as the Ghostbusters were trying to stop all the ghosts and stuff. As Zod shows up and kidnaps them, you have to help them. Fun as hell, no Stay Puft. I was like, But I'm near the end of the game. Suddenly, as the platforms are falling, I summon something out the time portals you get, and Stay Puft appeared and goes, "Run, low, hold up the platform for me." I'm like, "Oh my god, Stay Puft!" He's the best one. He is the best one. Can't think of a single Marshmallow Man better.
Do you have a Stay Puft figure?
Not yet. He comes out in January.
Oh, okay.
Unless you meant non-Lego figure, in which case I have like a bajillion. No, I have like a.
I know. I just see like walls of Stay Puffs behind you.
No, I was kidding. I have a Stay Puft Pop vinyl. I have an original 80s Stay Puft. I have a Stay Puft modern version. I have a few. I like that Marshmallow Man.
Nice.
Big, fat, pale guy. I can relate.
So does this mean there will be an army of Stay Puffs in the future?
Yeah, but no.
And the biggest Stay Puff shall lead them.
Yeah, but no. I was going to say, and I also did the DLC missions of The Simpsons and Back to the Future, and I found an interesting little fact about these. That I don't know if you... I think I may have mentioned it to you, Rick. But basically, say you play through Back to the Future, you can use just Marty, the hoverboard, and the DeLorean. You don't have to use Batman, Homer, Scooby, Shaggy, or any of the other people available. You just have to use just Marty and the Back to the Future props, and you can complete the story. You only need the other people if you want to go back and replay through them, and then sort of like free play, go through and try and get all the collectibles and stuff. Which, if you just want to do the story, that's cool, because I always like to do the story first, then go back and replay them to get all the collectibles later when I've got more people. So that's kind of cool. I'm like, yeah, I got to do Back to the Future. It's just Marty. I'm like, no, I'm gonna put the others down and see what happens. Yay, Marty! Boom, boom. But no, but Back to the Future playset, that was awesome. And yeah, like I said, Lego Dimensions, it's available now, and it's pretty fucking awesome. Also worth noting for people, you may want to buy it now, only because there was a few stores at least over here in the UK, reporting shortages of it, as it shockingly has outperformed Skylander, Disney Infinities, and Rock Band over here.
Didn't Rock Band just come out though?
Yeah, but you could pre-order it, and they were doing the pre-orders and stuff like. The ones with the guitar, at least, not the single discs. And I was like,
right.
Oh, okay, cool. So some shops are expecting shortages of the starter packs before Christmas.
Is that just in the UK or just around?
Well, like I said, I know I was over here, that news, but I don't know if it's over there too. People may want to check into that.
Yeah, I might check into that because I wanted to get it.
Yeah. But, like I said, it's pretty fun, and I will say, I'm glad it's performed well. I mentioned to... Like me and Richter were discussing the other day, I wasn't sure Skylanders, Disney, or which one would actually perform best this time around. Mm-hmm. I thought maybe Lego with all the properties in it, but I was thinking, well, with Disney's things behind it, it's probably going to be Disney Infinity. And I'm feeling like, with the price as well, I know some people may be hesitant to pick up the Lego one, which makes perfect sense. So I thought, it could be a hindrance to the game itself. So I'm like, okay, cool. If it's done well, at least I know they'll keep releasing stuff and maybe get a sequel eventually in like a couple of years. And I'm like, that's awesome. But the other thing I did this week, I watched Pew's favourite film of all time, Superfast. Which, if you don't know what Superfast is, it's a parody of the Fast and the Furious franchise. Where,
I never even heard of Superfast.
Well, now you have. But it's made for people.
Superfastly over?
Yeah, but it's called Superfast, also known as Superfast, Super Furious. But yeah, it's like a parody of all the Fast and the Furious films. It's worth noting that the characters also use like some sort of weird hybrid style thing where they're a parody of the character, but their name is somewhat a parody of like the actors themselves. Like Vin Diesel's character is actually called Vin. The Rock's character is called Rock Johnson. The only one that's not is Paul Walker's character is actually called Lucius Black. Or he's called Lucius White, like he's a parody of the one from Tokyo Drift instead. Even though he's the same character, which I think they probably did that because of the death.
Yeah.
But, like I said, yes, it's not the best film going, but it's better than Epic Movie, Meet the Spartans, and all the other ones they do. Or, like, I'd even argue it's better than Scary Movie and stuff because it does what it's supposed to. It sticks to one theme and does it well while creating its own jokes. It doesn't then say, oh, we're a scary movie. Here's The Matrix. Or this is Date Movie. Let's insert Star Wars. It's like, what the fuck is wrong with you? And they didn't even include the Star Wars. It was like Attacker, like Episode 2, which some people would argue is a date film. No, they included Vader. Like, she goes, sits up as Vader. And I'm like, what the fuck is this? But, yeah, and they also try to parody comedy. That doesn't work. This works, and, like, some of the jokes are really funny. Yeah, there's a couple of the typical jokes they do, like people get hit by random cars. A lot. And do I hear Pew eating? I think I did. I think I heard Pew eating. But, yeah, I was going to say, the Fast and the Furious, it was basically with that, like I said, we did the jokes on Superfast. They do the typical things that people get hit by cars randomly and stuff. Yeah, okay. But all the other stuff like that, and I'm like, oh, okay. So, all in all, Superfast is pretty fun, and there are some really good jokes in there, and the gag reel at the end is actually really funny. So if you like parody films, if you like bad films, or if you just sort of maybe kind of like Fast and the Furious, check out Superfast. Available now. Over to Rick.
All right, so Pew, your catch up.
All right. Well, do you want to mention the Siege 6 last? Since we all played it.
Okay.
Beta.
Yeah, the beta. Do you want to mention it last?
Yeah, mention it last so it bleeds into Rick.
Yeah.
Seamless transition.
So, I was binge watching Once Upon a Time, the second half, series, season 4, second half, with all the villains and stuff. Because when I watched it, I only watched up to the mid-season break, and then I didn't watch the second arc. So I was watching through all the villain stuff, and it's, like, interesting. It wasn't, like, my favorite things. I felt it was super weird. You know, it's focusing more on, like, the whole villains thing. But I really did enjoy seeing more parts of them. I really liked Ursula. She was cool, but, like, the fact that she wasn't the proper Ursula maybe was, like, weird, but I don't know. She was alright.
You can't say she was alright after you just said I like her.
Well, I like her, but I really like her, but I also really don't. I like her, and I also really don't like her. I mean, I don't like that she's not like the other one, but I really like the character they did, but I didn't like that it was Ursula.
To be fair, none of the characters like this. Disney counterparts.
Yeah, but Cruella was cool, though, so it's fucking badass.
Yeah, Cruella was badass, but she's not trying to make coats out of puppies and driving in a... She's not quite the same Cruella. She has a completely different story. Same thing with Cinderella and everyone else.
Yeah. But I really liked at the end of the like in the Heroes and Villains book where Snow White is the evil queen, and she has like this fucking like badass like faux hawk. She's fucking cool as like, you know, the evil queen.
Yep, her hair is less ridiculous than normal.
That's less ridiculous?
Less ridiculous than a grown woman having the hair of a 12-year-old boy.
It wasn't. No, fuck you. It wasn't a 12-year-old boy.
Okay, 13.
Shut up. Or it wasn't a boy at all.
I disagree.
But Yeah, and that author, man, he's such a little dickhead.
He is a little dickhead.
But it was super fun, like watching it straight through because I'd like watch like 3 episodes at a time, and it was just super awesome to see like all the villains in a different like side, and then how everything got fucked up and how everyone took their places in the heroes and villains book. And I felt super bad for Henry because like essentially that freaking author was like, now you're an orphan. Congratulations.
Yeah.
Like
Now
that
you're
was
an
shitty.
orphan, and if you go into there to stop them, there's a very good chance the people you love don't know you and will kill you horribly.
Yeah, it's like that's super horrible. Like.
But besides that, enjoy your birthday. No.
He's like, oh.
Although that
Yeah, so,
story did make Henry relevant, so that's
yeah, I did make Henry relevant, so yeah, it was a pleasing experience. No, oh my god, my cat freaking keeps trying to like pick at like bowls and stuff.
Ah, okay, so she just reviewed her cat over to Rick.
What? No, how did I review my cat? My cat always likes to, like stick its face in things, make noise.
Like when it sticks its face in between a pair of breasts and goes.
That's weird. If you have an animal that does that, you might want to alert somebody if you have an animal that does that.
Why can't a cat stick its head in between someone's breasts and go?
I'm sure you could train a cat to do that if that's what you really want.
I would want a cat that did that. It would be the best one.
Okay.
At last, there'd be a cat that was awesome. Besides Salem.
Oh, get out of here.
Okay, but distractions about cats and stuff aside, Pew.
Yeah.
Continue.
I was done. Once Upon a Time, like second half season, super awesome.
Yeah, you did that, and then you went, and the other thing I did this
Oh
week,
yeah, see,
and then you talked about your cat.
sorry, he keeps fucking like getting all over the place.
And fucking boot up the ass and do the podcast.
I'll just lock him in the bathroom next time. Anyway. So we played Siege 6 beta. It was super fun. I liked all the weapons and stuff. I got this cool freaking badass scanner. I could detect things.
Rainbow Six Siege.
Yeah, the beta.
Not Siege 6, the beta.
Oh, did I say it backwards? I'm just like dyslexic with numbers in video games titles. Or I just can't read them right.
I'll go with that one, but yeah.
Like
Rainbow Six Siege, the beta. I like that.
I liked how they had the gadgets and stuff. I wish more people had like useful like scanner gadget things or whatever.
I also like how on the last day I found out my class you also used the drone. I'm like, oh okay.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that was interesting.
But I couldn't use it again.
You got 2 drones. You got one more drone than me.
Because my class is better.
I guess.
It's the
Your
best.
drone is extra special.
Best one.
Yeah, but I don't know. You may have got more grenades or more bullets or something.
I don't know. I really like scanning the walls for the bombs.
It might be that then, because you got the scanner.
Oh, they're not the same class. On Twitch is the one with the.
Well, like I said, the one where I got extra stuff in yours. Logically, your one has something to counteract it, because they try to balance it.
I did have a pretty sweet shotgun.
Balance accepted.
But yeah, my favorite one was the IQ, where I could friggin' scan all the explosives on the walls, because so many times did I walk into a room, blew the fuck up.
My favorite was Sledge. You got to take a hammer and go whack through the wall and just appear. Sometimes it cost me, but that was awesome.
I thought you were going to say your favorite is flashbanging.
No, that was just when I did it to you. And that was Blitz, the class, but yeah. And Sledge, my favorite or most used class was Sledge.
That was on the British military class.
It was.
Yeah, if you're a normal person, that was the SAS. If you're Pew, that's the Sassy.
Yeah.
Oh, Sassy Gay
Sassy
Thor.
Thor.
Okay.
Sassy Gay Thor.
It just had a Thor's hammer, and then it said sass, and then I
It
just
doesn't
like
even have
stabbed with
Thor's hammer.
Sassy
It
Gay.
has a sledgehammer. That's why even Richter mentioned
But it
you
looks
could
like
get a
the it looks
skin
like
that
the
gives it Thor
patterns.
hammers.
It looks like the patterns in the thing looked like made it look like Thor's hammer. And then when I think sassy, I just think of all the YouTube videos that are like sassy gay friend.
Yeah, but it was the SAS, which
Yes,
that's a proper thing over here.
it is.
But yeah, the SAS, which I like the sledge class. I don't know what Richter's favorite class was.
Well, I didn't get to try them all. But of the ones I had, the first one I bought, the Fuse, he was really good, and the Twitch one was really good.
Nice. Yeah, I'll be honest. I only really used like 3 classes. 4 if you can count recruit.
I was surprised how many female characters it had. Like it had an equal number, because I just happened to choose the 2 classes that I liked, and they also happened to be females, and that was a pleasant surprise.
Yep. Which made it very fitting when you could rappel down through the glass ceiling.
Oh, fuck off.
What do you mean, fuck off? That's a brilliant, well thought out joke, Pio. And it's not sexist at all.
I think if I could stop picking at some point, I think Crispy should try the Twitch, because it had the closest thing to a sniper rifle.
Nice. Yeah, I don't know what the hell he was doing with that. He was just going.
This thing had like crazy amount of glitches and stuff. Like, I mean, it's a beta, so that's fine. But like, holy shit, man!
I wouldn't say it was crazy amount of glitches.
Okay,
I've seen full release games with worse glitches.
Yeah.
and I just feel like it was like
Oh, God.
kind of a lot.
I wouldn't even say a lot. How about you, Rick?
No, not glitches. I mean, there was some like network stuff like lag and like sometimes it would just go down, but like actual glitches.
No, I can only think of the one of trying to
really.
revive Pew.
Which
What
was
about
awesome.
the ones of like? There's like ones where you said you
Yeah.
shot through walls or whatever.
You're
or,
supposed to.
What?
When we said we shot through walls, we didn't say it was glitches. That's literally the point of this game. Is you can shoot through environments. Like my sledgehammer literally goes straight through the fucking walls.
No, but like the one where you said someone shot like you through a wall and you killed the guy, but you didn't actually put a hole in the wall. You just went through the wall and killed him.
No. The only time like it sounds like that is when when the bomb blew me up and I looked like I flew backwards through the wall.
Oh, I thought you said that
would
happened
logically
too.
happened if you launched a guy through a wall that's made of really thin stuff.
Okay.
Yeah, there were. I don't know if it's glitchy or not, but there were a couple times where it looked like a bomb was on the other side of the wall and blew up.
Yeah.
Like it was. Granted, it was like twice, but it was still really annoying. And also, screw those stupid like suicide bombers. I hate those kids.
And there's sometimes where I couldn't get up because I'm like, nope, I can revive other people, but people can't revive me. No.
That was one of the funniest parts of the game.
Yeah, that was weird, but I would make the case. I don't know if that was the same glitch over and over again, or if you got the glitch once, and if you had exited out and come back in, it wouldn't have been there.
Maybe.
It
was worth it though.
It was.
It was ridiculous. Like you get up and go, nope, fall down. You see, this time, nope.
I had the perfect response to it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you just
and
fucking murdered me.
I helped end your suffering at that glitch. And murder you, Pew. I mercy killed you.
Yeah, that was wonderful. We were trying to get her up. Like, I tried one round several times and it didn't work, and then we're all like yelling at her, like, "Well, are you pushing something or doing something?" She's like, "I'm not doing anything." And then next time we go, I was like, "Oh, she's down again." And I try to get her up, and Mole's climbing out the window, and I'm like, "No, it's doing it again." Tries to pick her up, she falls down, and they just offs her and just walks on. It was. I'm surprised I didn't die. I was laughing so much.
Yeah, I tried pulling her up, she falls down. I tried pulling her up, she falls down. So I just pull out my put my shotgun down and go. and just walk off.
Yeah, it was like somehow a pistol or a machine gun would not have been as brutal. Just a shotgun, just as she's like, bam, and it just keeps walking. It goes like done here. He didn't say anything. He just walked on, and it was so wonderful. Probably the second funniest thing in that game.
Funniest being blind, Crispy.
Yes.
Yeah, Pew wasn't playing with us on that round either.
No.
But Pew, Crispy murdered me.
Okay.
I was on the floor. He was meant to help me up. Then suddenly he turns on our end when we saw it back on the replay. He turns, points his gun at me, and goes, and just unloads his clip into me.
Nice.
However, what actually happened on his end, and it makes sense with some of the stuff that had gone on and how I had seen it before I died, like I mentioned to Rick. I had seen like a white dunk. But basically, flash grenade, Crispy couldn't see, so he just started to shoot randomly, and he just happened to shoot me when I was on the floor.
It was just amazing because, yeah, on his screen, he was blinded, but since I was already dead, just watching his, it doesn't show those effects. So I just see him point his gun down at Mo and just go, bah, 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 bah. I was like, whoa!
Yeah, what the
He
fuck?
looks so purposeful. He's just like, nope, you gotta do it. And it was way too funny.
Yeah. And we played the multiplayers of that, but the mode we played the most was terrorist mode, where you have to go against bots. And it's not. Rest assured, these aren't bots like some video games where it's like, oh, I know exactly how this guy's going to react. No, these are intelligent bots that
These
use
ones are psychopaths.
like one of them had me in this bathroom, and then he went backwards as I was shooting at him. I followed him out the room and instantly blew up because he went round the door and quickly placed a bomb on the frame of the door on the other side. So so I couldn't leave unless someone had turned off that bomb, and I didn't realize I walked through. Boom, dead. Well, yeah, and you have them like just place them all down a staircase. So you have them like be really fucking clever with how they're acting, and I like that. I really do. It makes it more like they're actual people without the annoyance of them being random people.
Though we did have that though. Like I don't know what happened
That was on
I have.
multiplayer, wasn't it?
No, there was also Terrorist Hunt too. If we played with other people. But yeah, we had because I don't know what happened. When I played Vegas 1 and 2, I had played with some random people, more Vegas 1 than 2, and never encountered that. But in the however many days the beta was, encountered 2 separate just team killers for no reason.
Oh, what systems did you play Rainbow Six on?
Xbox.
Ah, cool. So I assume you're sticking to the same family.
Mm-hmm.
Ah, cool.
Wouldn't dare betray your family, would you?
Yeah, you wouldn't dare betray the family. I can tell Victor's frowning, and it's like, drop this bit. Okay. The bit is dropped.
And he's the head of the family.
But yeah, those team killers are ridiculous. I'm like, what the fuck is going on?
Yeah, I'm looking forward to this, and I may even go when I get this. If I can eventually, when I eventually get this, I do want to get the other thing of. Like I said, I want to get on Xbox, and I want to play Richter on the other Rainbow Six ones that are on that on backwards compatibility. Or at least, you know what I mean? At least once after we've got bored, I'm like, let's go back and do the other ones.
Okay.
Why the fuck now?
Those are good games. 2's better than 1 though, even because basically it's the same thing but with a sprint button.
But Rick, I haven't played Rainbow 1 to 5 yet. Will I know exactly what's happening?
Yes.
You'll be completely lost.
I feel like that's a question Pew would ask is, oh, it's called Rainbow Six, yeah? What happened in 1 to 5?
I imagine you kill people.
Yeah, well, what's funny is I didn't actually play any of the earlier ones. In college, I had a roommate that was playing like the first one, so I had seen it, and then it was years later, and some coworkers convinced me to try Vegas 1. I was like, oh, okay, they're different. They're more shooty, if that makes sense. Like the first ones were like almost pure tactical. Because you could map out like everything beforehand, but I was like, "Oh, these are actually really fun." That's why I dismissed them because I'm like, "it doesn't look like my thing." But So yeah, even I haven't played quote unquote Rainbows 1 through 5.
Is that because people heard of them?
Actually, the first one, I don't know. I don't think many people heard of it before it came out. It was one of those like, it came out. People were like, "Oh, this is pretty good," and then it started to gain traction. So I think the first two weren't even on a console. So I want to say the third one was the first one that was on like the original Xbox or something.
Which I will say, I am looking forward to them. I haven't played those. I don't think I played. Oh, I think I played them once. The Vegas games. If I had the ones that come with it, I'm like, that looks fun. Now, from what I remember, I think I've played it once, and it may not have been my thing then, but I can probably get into it more if I've got a group of us.
Yeah. The story is
with the gaming trinity.
There you go. Well, like the story's co-op, so you can do that, and there's terrorist hunts, which are fun. So
is it co-op for 3 people, so we can have the gaming trinity?
For story mode, I believe it is.
Is that what you call us? Is that what you call me, you, and Richter?
No, me, Victor, and Chris.
Ah, sad face.
Well, most of the time when we go to play stuff like Destiny and stuff, you're always like, Destiny looks okay, but
I don't have the game.
I'd rather play Animal Crossing or like.
I don't have Animal Crossing.
You don't have Rainbow Six either.
I'd like to play Duck Dynasty.
I don't have that either. I don't have any of these games.
Pew's like, oh, Destiny. Oh, I remember that. Okay, so can I be Link in that game? It's not on the Nintendo system. Not buying.
That's exactly how it happened. How did you know?
Fact. No, it just works out that it happens to be normally, because when we start, it's normally 30 minutes before you even come home, Pew.
Yeah.
Well, I can't help that.
I know. And we don't mind playing with Pew. It just happens that it's recently, for some reason on the Xbox, it's been me, Richter, and Crispy playing through shitloads of games.
Yeah.
Well, maybe we can turn into a rectangle later.
I don't know, the quadrilogy is never as good. But no. What were you saying? But I believe it's over to Rick for his second.
Yes. All right. So my second one, I played some Disgaea 5. Came out, I don't know what, yesterday. But since I reviewed it, had a early copy. And that game's really fun. I really like that one. It's a strategy RPG. It's one of the I don't know. It's one of the things that differentiates it is the level cap is 4 digits, so it can go up to level 9,999, and the stats can get in the billions and shit where they don't even display it properly.
You can have over 9,000.
You can.
I feel like that's gonna be a trophy. 1 year to over 9,000.
I want to say it was probably for the third one, because I think that was the first one that had trophies.
Nice.
Which I think they had to patch in. I'm trying to remember now. But anyway, this is the first one on PS4. It's pretty cool. Story's decent, but I always get sidetracked with all the other stuff, because every weapon and item and piece of equipment has a random dungeon inside of it that'll level it up. And they changed some of that stuff, like how it levels it up. It used to be just you get through the level and it would level up. Now you have to complete the level, and then there's fish that you can. I'm not even kidding. There's what's called a level up fish, and if you are holding it at the end of the battle, you get 2 levels extra. And I'm like, why is it a fish? I don't know. It just is. But it's a really cool game. I'd say my favorite changes though, when you make a new character, because there's, you get an army of people. You can only take 10 at a time though. Or you can only have 10 out at a time, I should say. But whenever you make a new one in the old games, it cost mana, which you got from killing things. So only one person would get it. Now it's money, which is way better because that's way easier to get. And
according to Wikipedia, that fish is because disgaea based its leveling up system on Call of Duty, also known as COD. So they celebrate that by giving you a COD.
With fish AI. But
I also think if someone actually said that to Rick, genuinely be like, oh, did that copy Call of Duty's level up system? I honestly see Victor just punching him in the face. Ah,
Yes.
die.
I would trip mine his stairs like a Rainbow Six
Trip mine his stairs.
terrorist spot.
I would pretend it's a pew and shoot it.
Nice. But yeah, and also with the new characters when you make them, you can pay a little bit extra when you're making them to level them up so they're closer in level to the highest level person, which is really good because a lot of time in the older ones, when you'd make them, they'd start at level 1 and you're like, yay! But a lot of times by the time you got some of the better classes, you already had like an established team, so they'd either be like your B team, like, oh well, I can use those people to, like you'd have to put in more work, so they're still not as good as people that you've had before because of like weapon experience and stuff like that, but they can be useful when you first make them, which is really nice. So it's really fun. I like that game.
Nice.
All right, so now on to our topic,
Woo.
which is the latest of the Nintendo home consoles, the Wii and the Wii U. So
Right.
go through the Wii first.
Rise of the shit.
Nice.
Yeah, that we're talking about Wii and Wii U, like you said. Yeah. We'll say I didn't hate the idea of motion controls. I'm sorry. I know there's some gamers out there who are like, boo, you should hate motion control, but get the fuck over yourselves. It's like, oh, well, why? Because a traditional pad is like this. Well, I'm sorry, traditional pad had less buttons on it than your current pad. What's your point? Oh, traditionally before that, it was a giant stick. What's your point? You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, people are always like, boo. Yes, the Wii became a shovelware console, but it did do a lot of stuff right that people overlook. Like when they did motion right, like Red Steel or whatever it's called, that samurai game, that was awesome.
The second one or the first one?
I liked the first one. I didn't play the second.
Oh. Okay.
I know you really loved Link's crossbow training.
That was great because it came with the Wii Zapper, which was great for playing stuff like Call of Duty.
Oh yeah.
That's what I found funny was with the Wii remote, or the Wiimote, whichever you want to call it. Actually, it made it really good at first-person shooters.
It did.
Well, I think it was the House of the Dead series, the rail shooters, is what we use the Wii Zapper for.
Nice.
I like that series. Which, yeah, it's a great. They did some great stuff. Like, for example, they took Mario back to its roots with Mario Galaxy and made it feel like Mario 64 and the old 2D ones. That was great. They tried to do multiple Legend of Zeldas. Yeah, one of them was on the previous system, just mirrored, but fuck it, Zelda fanboys will eat that shit up. And, you know what I mean? And they did some really cool stuff. Like, overall, like, this is the one where they also sort of sold Mario and let another company publish a game about Mario. Was it good? That's people may argue. I loved the first few, and that was Sega when they let Sega publish Mario and Sonic at the Winter Olympics, or at the Olympics, as I should say, at the Summer Olympics. Then it was the Winter Olympics. Then it was the next Summer Olympics. Then it was the next Winter Olympics, and that was awesome. I like that. You also had games like Cooking Mama, which, let's face it, while we've mocked Cooking Mama, I think the reason we've all heard of it is because there was something to it. It was oddly fun to try to go chop, 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 chop. Oh, I'm cooking. You've burnt it. No!
Well, I only played it on the DS. I didn't play the Wii one.
I thought it was an iPhone game, and then it was on the it was put on the Wii U, or I'm sorry, the Wii. But like, was it like, which one was it first? You know?
I assume it was on DS first.
That's what I think. Yeah.
But you also had stuff like, personally, I'm gonna say they dropped the ball on one thing.
Mm-hmm.
I know some people are gonna say graphical power. Who gives a shit? I'm gonna say it should have come with the Wii Motion Plus from the get-go.
Yes.
Yes.
That's what motion controlling should have been.
Yes.
Don't get me wrong, Wii Sports was fucking awesome, like bowling and golfing, and I don't care if you could just sit and go with the hand. I kept trying to do the action like dunk, dunk, or even playing tennis. Because you have to do that when you play tennis.
Yeah. I don't know what's up with that.
Please tell me Richter did that at least once when he was batting it. As he did that.
No, I haven't, but I know what you're talking about because, yeah, whenever you see tennis, they're like ridiculous.
Oh, I like to imagine Richter putting on like a headband and like little shorts and a t-shirt and like
He's not Kage.
like sweatbands and going in there with like his little sneakers on and be like, okay, I'm ready, I got this. To wife playing. She's like, do you mind? Why? What's wrong? I'm just playing Mario Galaxy here. All you're doing is pointing and clicking at the fucking stars. Don't care. No. Mario Kart Wii was fucking awesome.
It's fun to see the Doctor, like a Doctor Who play the Wii.
I will say the blue shell of doom from that one was bad, but I will also make the case which people will also disagree with, possibly best online store ever.
It's pretty amazing.
The Virtual Console, because okay, cool. Like right now, like let's say the PS4 store. Okay, we can get the current stores, like games, and that's cool. And oh, look, we can download this indie title. Cool. Go over to even the Wii back then. You go onto the Wii and it's like, oh, cool. Oh, I've got Super Mario World, bitches, from SNES. Cool. I got this from NES. I got this from Mega Drive. I got this from Master System. That's fucking awesome. It's like all the classic consoles in one, and it shows almost a respect for for what came before it, but at the same time, also let the people experience the franchises for the first time, and also let older fans relive their classic games, and that's awesome.
Yeah, woohoo! And they'd have like a lot of good sales on there.
But I don't know. I don't know. I assume Richter probably wouldn't agree with that, but being the best store, the Wii one, because with what's there.
Judged by what's available, yes, it was actually really cool. Some of the pricing stuff annoyed the crap out of me, though. It's like, oh, this one's Japanese. Oh, it costs more points. And you're like, what the fuck? You didn't put any more effort into it. But,
Didn't they have to translate it?
No, they didn't translate it.
Oh, we had one over here where it said, where it was like that, and they said it was translated, and I think they changed the main menus to be in English, so then you to press start and stuff. But I don't think they translate the whole, like an RPG, yeah. I don't think they would have gone through and done all of it, because then, yeah, you deserve more money.
Yeah.
I think they just changed the menu so you knew how to play it. And gave you the instruction in fucking English.
But no, it definitely had a cool storefront. Yeah, I didn't, when they first announced it and stuff, I didn't hate the motion gaming. That sounded really cool. And then I got a Wii, and I was like, oh, this isn't as cool as it sounded. And the Wii Plus, Wii Remote Plus or whatever, was definitely how it should have launched. I've always said that. But it almost felt like too late at that point. Like enough attention had moved on that most companies weren't going to like develop for it or whatever, which was a shame because it was nice, even though it would desync a lot. But
the other problem with that, of launching the Wii Motion Plus later, is even Nintendo didn't make all their games Wii Motion Plus due to the fact not everyone has one.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh.
It made Skyward Sword awesome.
Yeah.
Nothing could make that awesome.
Yeah. Well, the like sword fighting in the Wii Sports Resort, that was fun.
Oh, that was so much fun. Even my parents would play that.
But, you know what game disappointed me, Rick?
What?
Both the Force Unleashed and Jedi Battles. I think because I'm like, oh my god, the Wiimote is a lightsaber? Fucking perfect. When I go to play, I'm like, oh, this game, it's not quite as good as I hoped it would be. Like, like just the basic gameplay.
Yeah.
It's kind of dull. I'm like, oh no, when I got this in my hand, I want to actually stand there going, being all fucking badass. I don't want to be worried about, can I do this in this game? Okay. But this is the console, in my opinion, that launched motion gaming. Whether or not there was motion gaming before this, which there was, This is the one they put on the map.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And also, this one got my parents to. They started doing the DDR pads again, and they used this now, except with the Wiimote in hand.
Yeah. It's like it also this one also did something I've not seen a system do before. To this extent, it launched Wii Fit. Since then, on Xbox, we've had like the Zumba Fits and all that stuff. PlayStation, we had similar ones. They did do it on like PS2, I think, when they had the iToy, but it was never as big.
Yeah.
They launched it, and suddenly people were like, "Oh, now we can use our console to exercise. That's awesome."
And the DDR people were like, "We've been doing that."
And the Wii also launched, which not a lot of people also give props to. I will say, the Wii had a third-party brand made specifically for it. Yes, it became multi-party afterwards, but it was made specifically for it, and that's the Rabbids from Raven, or Rayman, I should say. Which,
I played that. That was actually really fun.
whether or not people like that game, it is fair enough. I love the Rabbids as characters. I love them. I love their cartoon, Nickelodeon. I love everything about those little white guys. They're like, oh my god, look at them. Bah! I'm like, that's awesome. You literally can't get funnier than the Rabbids. Well, you can, but obviously, I like the Rabbids, if that makes sense.
That makes sense.
Yeah, fun.
Yeah.
There's a new. I just looked and talk about that. There's a new episode today. It's a Christmas special. I haven't seen that. Record? Yes, I want to record the series.
I think one of the things that it did really well, in going back to the like first-person thing, was I talked about it a bit last week, but Metroid Prime, they did 3 on there, and then the collection, which was 1, 2, and 3, remade with the Wii controls, and those were just fantastic. I mean, that's probably the most playable version, or most enjoyable version of Metroid Prime 2. But it made Metroid Prime like fantastic, from like a good idea and a pretty cool game to like a really, really good game. And Prime 3 I thought was really fun because it just controls really well.
See, like I said last time, I wasn't really into that on the GameCube.
Mm-hmm.
I will admit, I picked it up for the Wii. When I saw it on the Wii, I was like, okay, I'm going to try this. That was awesome. I was expecting to be like playing like the Call of Duty shooters, because it was a shooter. People make that mistake. I played them. No, when you're pulling grates off, I'm like, this is awesome.
Yeah, at first, before I had to play it, I was like, I don't know, and then because I was like, I remember playing Prime 1, and then just playing on the Wii, I was like, this is actually really good. And Stockholm Syndrome or not, I really do enjoy that game, and I have it sitting around here somewhere, along with the greatest strategy guide ever made, which is the strategy guide for Prime Trilogy. Just throwing that out there. Greatest one of all time.
Speaking of Stockholm Syndrome,
Mario
Sports Mix, woo!
Oh, God.
And it's now on the Wii U.
That is a game, yes.
It's now on the Wii U for Virtual Console.
Nice.
I like how it's like, yes, that is a game. I like that game. It's oddly fun. I don't know why. I will say, I think that's something Nintendo does well. Is like Mario Kart. On its own, the basics of Mario Kart, Mario Party, Mario Sports Mix, they're actually really good games. Then they plaster Mario on it and it makes it sell more. But they're really fun basic games, which I feel a lot of companies don't quite catch, if that makes sense. Like, a lot of them are like, okay, well, this works for Mario, so let's just take Madagascar and put them in carts. No, you got to make a good game and then put your character into it. Like, for example, Halo, Spartan Assault, not Spartan Assault, what's it called? The little iOS game that's now on Xbox One that we've got.
Spartan Assault.
Okay.
Spartan Ops.
Yeah.
I think. One of those two.
Spartan Assault.
No, it's Spartan Assault, yes. Spartan Ops is the
game you like, but
Spartan Assault.
Spartan Assault, that's not a good game. At first, I was like, that's kind of fun, but I'm like, for its price and what they've done, I'm like, this isn't a good game. All you've done is try and cash in on the Master Chief thing, like Ghostbusters Sanctum of Slime. It's like, no, fuck off. Whereas I feel like Nintendo, while you could argue some of their games are cash-ins, I feel like each one of their games that they release that is a cash-in, as this console really showed, because the first-party games on Wii were really fucking nearly all perfect. There were some that weren't, like Wii Music I didn't like, but others, I know other people love that.
My
But
friend loved it for when she did therapy with the elderly people.
yeah, but I was saying, but when I feel that's something that gen proved with Nintendo is they at least, even if it's a cash in, they at least concentrate and make it a good game.
Mhm.
And I feel a lot of companies don't do that nowadays.
Yeah.
Also, Smash Bros. Brawl.
Mm.
Melee was better.
Melee was better, but Brawl had Sonic and Subspace Embassy.
Yeah.
Don't worry, Rick. You'll feel the same thing when we get to the next console.
Well, the what I found funny though about it, along the same lines of Brawl, was when they brought out Tatsunoko versus Capcom. One, I never thought that would go outside of Japan, so I was pleasantly surprised that it did. But it's like, I know some of the Versus people don't like it as much, but it was really, a continuation of the Versus titles that we hadn't had one at that point. I think like 7 years in the 7 years before that one came out, and then they finally did that and probably showed them that maybe we should make another one of those because people still like those.
I will say I bought that on the Wii. I loved that game.
I liked that game. That was cool.
I will say I don't know all the characters. I'm not going to pretend I do.
No.
But I liked that game. And I will say I preferred it, ironically, to the Marvel v Capcom on PS3. The third one. I preferred it. I was like, that's a much better game. That's awesome. And I feel like a lot of people didn't give it. Some people didn't give it enough try. Like, it doesn't look like Street Fighter 4. I'm like, it didn't have to. It was cool.
Yeah. Yeah, that was a cool game. I wish I had that game, but I don't.
I also liked when some companies would make their own version of games that were on PS3 and 360 because the Wii wasn't as powerful, and they would do something unique and originalish with it, like Ghostbusters. I'm not sure how much Richter liked that, but I'm saying that one because I know Richter's played it. Very different to the 360 and PS3 version.
Mhm.
Both have ups and downs. Personally, I prefer the Wii one just because I could go through it in local multiplayer, which that's a huge deal to me because I love local co-op.
Yeah.
And that made it so much fun. I'm like, oh my god, and you made it cartoony, so you didn't have to make it shit realistic graphics. Oh, you've done this. You could put a different ghost. Like you've made this feel more unique. You've made it feel different to the point I had both the PS3 and the Wii copies at once.
Nice. Yeah, it felt more like Super Nintendo Genesis days where like the versions were different. Like each for even like some Nintendo and Super Nintendo games, it was like the same basic game, but they were different.
They
when
were.
their limitations were not. It wasn't like one was a really watered down version. They actually bothered to put effort into the both of them.
Yeah, and when you did get the watered down versions on the Wii, like some of the Need for Speed ones, it's like that's not as good.
Yeah.
It's like why would you do it? Make it unique. Like I will admit though, I did play more the Need for Speed on Wii than I did on the PS3, because again, say it with me, people, local multiplayer. Because I was pissed. I was pissed when I found. I think it was Need for Speed. I think it was. But it was at least Need for Speed or another racing game. But it was a racing game, and it was like no local multiplayer on PS3. And I'm like, what the fuck is going on here? SNES had split screen racing. What the hell?
All those frames per second, people.
Yeah, and they're like, but the frames dip, or the graphics look slightly worse if you're in split screen. But that's fine. Then you don't have to play in split screen.
Yeah.
I love local multiplayer, and I think that's another thing Nintendo does well. The Wii did bring fat people together to play constantly, like even just from the launch title of Wii Sports.
That is a good game.
But,
Didn't have it on my list, but I should have, because yeah, that was a really good game.
Mm-hmm. I mean, that's the point. Sorry, I've been just discussing the console as a whole and bringing
Oh,
up
that's fine.
random games I thought did something right. I
Yeah.
forgot we were supposed to talk about our favorite games.
Well, no, that's fine. I prepared a few.
Then,
'Cause I,
since I've already mentioned some, I'll let everyone else go. I'll let someone else go first, and then I can join in whenever Brick wants.
Okay. I'll just list a couple here. I already mentioned Metroid Prime. Should mention, of course, the RPG trilogy of Xenoblade Chronicles, Pandora's Tower, and Last Story, which I was very happy to get outside of Japan and Europe. And another cool one, the Kirby collection. That was really cool. And they did that with
Nice.
I haven't played the Super Mario Brothers one yet. I do have that somewhere, but I like that they did that for like the Kirby. I think it was like 20th anniversary, and it was like, yes, I like that. You grab a lot of the old games, you put them on a disc, boom, and you sell it. Like that's cool. And they did that for Mario, and I'm like, that's cool. And then Zelda came around, it's like, yeah, and then they did nothing. It's like, oh, like they're like, oh, you should have had the Zelda one from GameCube, and it's like, I do, but I want more on. Fine, whatever.
Don't
But
worry. This gen has easily made up for your lack of games that were old that have just been re-released in a collection.
I know, right? But I'm still okay with those because it's like, hey, as long as it's not I don't like it when they're like super recent. Like that is always kind of silly.
Yeah, I don't like the PS3 ones remade for PS4.
Yeah, like those are silly. But
What's
like,
the point?
I'm okay with like PS2 remade for PS3, because or I'm okay if it's like a collection. If it's like Last of Us or something where it's like, oh,
Yeah,
Last of Us
Kingdom
remade
Hearts.
for PS4. Yeah, it's like, nah, that's just one game. But like Jack and Daxter, I like that because it's all the like the three of them in one. You feel like you're getting like you can buy that for one price and play them all on a current console. Like that's cool. But just
I
going
the war.
yeah. But some of the ones are silly about it. But and even though I'd be remiss if I did not mention, even though to me this is the weakest entry in the series of what I've played, but Monster Hunter Tri, I put way too much time into that game on the Wii, with its wonderful connectivity and internet stuff. But I played way too much of that. More of that later, but. But I don't know, P. What are some of your favorite Wii games that, if we haven't mentioned any?
Well, I have to mention Animal Crossing, the City Folk, because that had the Wii Speak,
Oh yeah.
and that's how I met my Canadian friend Blaine. And since then, we've been pretty good friends, and it was super cool to meet on there. Because we literally just like happened to find they have like those forums or whatever. We have like a bunch of random people's numbers, and they put in there so you can connect to people's worlds. So
I've
that's how I
got the
actually
friends codes.
yeah, like the
Yeah.
bullshit friend
Another
codes.
mistake.
Yeah, so yeah, I met like a whole bunch of crazy people on there, but I did meet one really cool dude, so that was pretty awesome.
Yay, Jim.
Oh no, not me, Jim. I said he's a Canadian.
I know. I was talking about the creepy people you met on there.
Oh no, it was literally
There was some random dude sat around in his underwear talking about goddamn targeting.
No, it was like there was like the weirdest ones where this Japanese couple who was watching like some horror movie while it sounded like they were watching a horror movie while on the Wii Speak, because all you'd hear was like either loud noise or screaming like all the time, and I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Like how could you be watching a movie and playing Animal Crossing at the same time?
Maybe they had neighbours who were committing heinous acts next door.
Maybe.
Like they live next door to the mob.
And then there was this weird British dude who came at my
Hiya.
That's not you. It wasn't you. But it was this weird dude who pretty
Hi,
much
Simon.
he dressed up like Hitler.
Oh, crispy.
No, it wasn't crispy. And literally he like took all my flowers and
He took
rearranged
your
them.
flower.
No.
That's what she said.
Flowers from the garden and shut up. And he put them. He replanted the flowers, but he planted all the flowers in the form of swastikas, like all around the entire town. And it was just fucking weird as hell. Like he's just putting all this freaking Nazi memorabilia in my town. And I'm like, what the fuck are you doing?
I'm sure he's probably
Remember?
doing that to troll you.
Oh, he's definitely trolling. But like, you see, I didn't see where he was because like I had like 3 other people in the town, so I couldn't look at them all at the same time. But then like this one dude, like I just saw it follow the trail of like flower swastikas, and and it led to him, and I'm like, dude, what the fuck is wrong with you? And I don't know. He was just yelling some shit to me. I was like, whatever, just get the fuck out of my town, and I kicked him. But it was crazy. Like he even like put on the freaking he put like freaking swastika uniforms and stuff in the shop, so then like if they're on like display, some of the neighbors will wear it. You know how long it took me to get the neighbors to not wear those shirts anymore?
Wow.
Because all the freaking like Animal Crossing neighbors are wearing like swastikas now, and I'm like, oh my god. Oh, it's so stupid. Also, let's see, on the way, what was another really good one? I'm thinking, no.
I'm
Skyward Sword was
thinking
pretty
now. You're not
awesome.
thinking?
I really like Skyward Sword. That was pretty sweet. And also, I got Twilight and Princess, I think, was on the way.
Yes.
That was also really good. Although, god damn it, that is like has the worst water temple ever. Like even worse than Ocarina of Time. Like that's the only reason I haven't replayed that game. Like at all. Like I couldn't even be bothered to look it up on the computer and like get through it. Oh, it's not even like multiple layers. It's like you have all the multiple layers, and then you have fucking like what do you call it? Water mills, I guess. But they span like all the levels, so you have like so many different water mills that work within each other and gears that span multiple layers, and that fucking's a bitch to get organized and get that shit together. It's like, oh, you just made this even worse. Why would you do this? Why are you so masochistic? Actually, that'd be a sadist. Anyone who wants to play it again is a masochist.
There you go.
But it did give this really fun was it, I think it's whatever, it's some bullshit item that Link had where he pretty much could ride around on a top. I don't know why, but it was just funny that it existed at all. Because it only existed to for these like to get to point A to point B, and it was so oddly specific that it was like, why are these things here if not to use them? It's like, oh, these are like these ruins like will totally like are compatible with this like one top that you can ride on. I'm like, what?
What are
Like
the odds?
exactly, and it's like no, it's because this is like you got it from like the fucking desert, and it was like this whole desert thing in Keys, and it was oddly like super specific to the situation, and then you find like all fitting in the areas, and your was a Midna was like, oh hey, look at how convenient that this thing fits in here, like whatever, like it's totally an accident, and I'm like bullshit, like
I have a feeling
no.
she said that to Link a lot.
Yeah,
How
like it was
convenient
like
that fits in here.
No, but it was fun, and you also got the leaf blower as an item, and that was also fun. It kind of reminded me of the freaking like sunshine, because you get to pretty much just clean up sand, because it just blows it around like wherever you're not. So like, oh yeah, now you have to team up with Mario with the flood, and you'll be like a cleaning team. Like what they have to get together. You have the flood, and he has the leaf blower. They'll be
Team
like the ultimate.
janitor.
I know they'll be the ultimate cleaning team. Like I just want to see them go to yard, like door to door, for their cleaning service.
I'm not trying to say Link's a janitor. I'm just trying to say he has a lot of keys.
He does have a lot of keys, but they break away so fast. I don't think he can have all the keys at the same time. He just finds a lot of keys that instantly break away.
Where does this one go? I don't even know.
Shove it in there, see what happens. That's why they all break. So good. That was 3 of mine. Well, you need to go back to you?
Yeah, we can go back to me. One of them I'll just go through like a few I liked. I have to mention New Super Mario Bros. Wii. I have to mention that. As people know, I love platforming games. I'm not sure who here played that, but that was fucking fun.
It was fun,
Even when I
but like
played it
it's so much more
multiplayer.
difficult with people.
Oh, it's more difficult with people, but it was so much more fun too, because it was really fucking fun to play through with people. I
I don't
love
know.
that game.
My sister, like, I always tried to play with my sister, and she was like, God, we can't play together. You always ruin it, or blah, blah, blah. Or, like, we can never do it at the same time. It's like, I need to do this on my own, because, like, you guys, you suck too much. And I'm like, but you're the
Yeah.
one who fucking wasted all the lives.
And I'll also have to mention, of course, Super Paper Mario.
Mm.
Not a lot of people like that because, boo, they made it more like Mario instead of Paper Mario, which I understand the complaint, but I really do like Mario. So I'm like, I liked both, so I'm like, I really like that game.
It was okay, but I still prefer the traditional, like, audience, like, Paper Mario style.
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, did you play that one, Rick?
A tiny bit. I have it somewhere around here, but
I like how everybody was made out of pixels or whatever.
I also loved, and this is another Mario one, Wario Land, Shake It.
Oh, my sister loved doing that because there's all the weird positions you put it in.
I know, that was really oddly fun.
It was crazy.
Wait, do you mean do you mean Smooth Moves Pew or the platformer one?
The smooth moves.
Okay.
Oh, I was on about the smooth. I was on about Shake It Pure. It's like a platformer. It's all cartoony and it's been hand drawn and it looks fucking beautiful.
Yeah. That
I was
game
talking about the one
looks
where
cool.
I was talking about the one
It
you put
looks
the
good. I like how
It
you
looks
highlighted
really,
that.
yeah.
the one where you
'Cause it
put the
looked really
Wiimote
good.
on your nose like an elephant.
Yeah, that was Smooth Moves.
But yeah, what you like that game then?
I liked the look of it.
Okay, you didn't like the gameplay. Fair enough.
No, because I did the. I went through a couple stages, but I remember I went through one stage and I was like, "Oh, okay, I missed some of the coins." And then I went through and grabbed everything, and it was like, "You're still missing coins." And I'm like, "What the fuck that?" And it's just like, "Nope, done."
Fair enough. And another one I'll mention, Epic Mickey.
Oh, that was fun.
That was.
You didn't like the sequel, Retard Rabbit or whatever his name is?
Yeah. But no, Epic Mickey, I like that. Epic Mickey on the Wii, when it was made for the Wii, felt so unique, and it was also really fun to play through. I was
did
going to
like the opportunity to be evil.
Yeah, I was going to mention the Verse Capcom one, even though I know I was going to screw up the first name, Ultimate All Stars, but Rick already mentioned that, thank God. So, but of course, my number one game on the Wii. Can you predict what it is, Rick? I know you know what it is.
Galaxy 2?
Sonic Colors.
Olympics?
Sonic Colors. I'm not sure who he played that.
I haven't played it.
But that game is living proof that most people who say, "Oh, it's a Sonic game, it's shit." It's bullshitting and haven't played the game. That took what made Sonic and sort of turned it into a 3D environment really well. Was it as good as Adventure for me personally? No. But Sonic Colors did do a lot of stuff, and it was way more adequate the 3D game than most of the Sonic games, where it's like, oh, this is like Sonic 06 on 360 and PS3, which is fucking terrible. And that game was horrible. And it's like it has a third-person side-scrolling one. It also switches perspective into 2D, which is fucking really fun. You get all these power-ups, sort of like Mario Galaxy and stuff, which is really fun. And it's also worth noting, some people say with Sonic Colors, oh, it's just a Galaxy ripoff. Fun fact, no, it wasn't.
But I have to ask you, is there a Chow World?
Yeah, but no. But I said, fun fact, it wasn't a ripoff of Galaxy.
That's awesome.
Because there was a Sonic game, what the hell was it called now? It was like Sonic X for Extreme. You can tell how old this game was, Rick. Planned, for the Saturn. Using a very similar style and very similar stuff, and it couldn't work. Then when they worked on Adventure for the Dreamcast, that worked. They did Adventure 2. Then when they were doing the Wii, they were like, okay, and they just went back to what basically was that game, and they just finished it and made it all modern and did it all that way. And I'm like, that's cool. Yeah, people are going to argue it ripped off Galaxy, but who cares? It's pretty fun.
Yay!
Yeah, I was expecting Rick to have other games on his list, though.
Well, I hadn't mentioned Punch Out yet, but that's the only other one I could think of.
Oh, I thought you were going to mention, what the fuck was that Fire Emblem game?
Oh,
Radiant Dawn, or whatever the fuck it was called.
yeah. That one was pretty cool. I need to play more of that. I need to play more of like all, because I have several Fire Emblem games. And I only play like an hour of each, and then I'm like, I'll go back to this at some point. And then...
Okay, I just know I've heard you talk about them, so like, oh, Rick, I remember that being a game. I didn't pick it up because, I'll be honest, I've never really got into the Fire Emblem series. I don't hate it. I wish I could have got into it, but I'm like, well, when it comes out, it's like normally it comes out with a game I've actually gotten into the series. I'm like, well, guess which one I pick up. But when I remember, I think it was Radiant Dawn or Radical Dawn or.
No, it's Radiant Dawn.
Yeah, and I was just thinking now in my head when we were going through Wii games, I was like, Richter has to have played this. Surely Richter's got this. It's on Richter's list somewhere.
We need to bring Roy back. That's why he should play Fire Emblem.
Yeah, like I can guarantee you, Rick's list would probably have had that. If I had to predict Rick's list of Wii games, it'd be that, Punch Out, like you mentioned, because I know you loved that game for some reason. I don't mean for some reason. That sounds like it's shit. I don't mean any insult by that. He likes Punch Out. He likes.
I'm amazed that game got made. Like, it is really good, but it also harkens so much back to the original. Which, there's some pretty stereotypical stuff. I'm surprised that still came out.
What do you mean? No, I'm kidding. I know exactly what you mean. But yeah, I thought I would think Richter's would be Fire Emblem, Punch Out. I would guess Xeno Chronicle or Xenoblade, whichever one's getting a sequel on Wii U.
Mm-hmm.
Trauma Team, and I like how he just laughs in my face.
I never played the Wii one. I played the DS one, or the first one, and that shit was hard.
Oh, okay. And the other one I would have predicted would have been Jikken Yaki, or what the fuck it was called, that point-and-click adventure game I wanted to try, but never did.
Zack and Wiki?
Yes.
The, like, puzzle game? Yeah, that game's okay.
Second Miri?
No.
It's also worth mentioning the Wii is the only console out there for you people who follow us our wrestling show that has thumbtacks inside a Hell in a Cell. Fact. I shouldn't have said fact. That implies I'm lying. But that's an actual fact. I think I showed it to you, didn't I, Rick?
Yes, you did.
Because I'll admit, yeah, I had the SmackDown and V Raw games on PS2 and PS3, and I'll admit I totally went out and bought the Wii one. So I'm like, let's see what it's like with motion control. And I also bought it for one other reason, which I know Victor's going to look at me and just shake his head. I was hoping there was a Mii mode. Because I'm sorry, are they the best looking things out there? No. But I love Mii's, and I also love their rip-off of avatars. I love Mii's and I love avatars. They're fucking awesome. And if you can be inserted into a game using those, that's really fun. Because I'm sorry, how much better was Wii Sports just because it was definitely like a little cartoony you inside the game?
It was a lot more fun.
That made the boxing more fun and also disturbing.
Yeah, I'm just punching wife blade.
Like, it made my parents like friggin' laugh so hard.
Yeah, I understand some gamers hated them, but I also liked a lot of times they were optional. Like, you didn't have to race as your Mii in Mario Kart, or you didn't have to use them at the Olympics. I just chose to because it was really funny. Because it's like Mario and Sonic at the Olympics. I'm like, oh, I know, I'm gonna be me, and I'm gonna pick my favorite characters to be on my team.
I liked with the Mii's. I think the best part was just seeing the crazy things people would come up with, and I don't mean like a penis on the face, but like just some of the crazy stuff you could do just messing around with it. Like, but like one that I really liked was a person made one that looked like a little stick figure drummer.
No,
and, like,
yeah.
when the eyes blink, it looks like he's hitting the drums, like just crazy stuff like that, and like it's a really fun thing to play around with to like try and get weird things on the face, and like when people make like I make fun of this sometimes in other games, but when people make like one that looks like Pikachu or Darth Vader, you have to put a lot of effort to get them to do that. It's not like trying to make Wolverine in City of Heroes where it's like anyone can, or like Superman where like you'd have to be like non-existent to not be able to do that. Like it took a lot of effort to make people look like other people with knees, and I thought a lot of people did really good jobs.
To be fair, a good Superman does require effort and stuff.
I had a lot of fun with the Me Maker contest.
The thing is, like in City of Heroes, like it was super easy to make a Superman. Like the only thing that really required effort was getting to level 20 for a cape. But like the basics, it was super easy to do.
See, I say that for a game because, on like the wrestling game, I made a Superman, and yes, his entrance attire was a suit and a hat and glasses. But when he took them off and he was in the ring, I remember Crispy being like, "Okay, that's pretty good. Okay, cool." I'm like, "You don't realize how much work I put into that, do you?" And he's like, "What do you mean?" When I showed him the list of layers and stuff, because I made sure to get his fucking S to be accurate.
Yeah.
With that diamond. I wanted an accurate Superman S. That takes effort, damn it. Because people are just like, no, just put any S, it's fine. No, it's not. It has to be that specific fucking S. Or if you're just going to do a normal S, don't put the shield. And make original Superman. That may be a really small nitpicker, man. But I'm not sure if we're the same way with some stuff. I'm like, you need to make the logo accurate.
Within a certain extent. Like,
That's like
with like wrestling, if it takes like 20 layers just to make the logo, I'll just make it close enough because I'm not gonna. It'll take. I'm like, I might need those layers for something else, something more important, and also that'll make it take even longer to load if I have to edit something or use them.
That just makes me think that my sister takes like she takes like 6 hours to make her Skyrim character and never looks at herself again.
Yeah, but I always do that and stuff. A lot of stuff I do spend a while making myself, depending. Like if I'm doing it and I'm streaming it, I'll deliberately try and hurry myself up because no one wants to see me sat in a stream for like an hour or two just going, his hair's not quite right.
Yeah.
But if I'm doing it for myself, I do put a lot of effort into that, and yeah, I have gone crazy with CAWs in the past. Nowadays it's a lot more easy. I could just upload the Superman logo and be like, done. But yeah, back in the day.
Yeah.
But yeah, like you said, yeah, you had to be you had to be crazy to do some of them. Like when people would do Batman and somehow they'd have ears sticking up. I'm like, what?
Yeah.
My sister ranked pretty high in those contests. Like she'd usually get like freaking like top 5. No, they had the make me contests, make a me that looks like whatever.
Yeah, I've seen them. I hated those contests. I assume you know why, Rick. At least at some point, it was like make a me that looks like, and I think they mentioned someone. Who was it now? It was someone. I think it was Rolf Harris. Ironically, a guy who wouldn't come up anymore. But basically, celebrities from the past. Oh, them and their wacky paedophile stuff. But yeah, basically, you had to make one that looked like him. I made one that looked like him. Did I think it was the best? No. But still, the one that won was the wrong skin colour, the wrong hair, and had a penis for a face. And people voted for it. I'm like, no, we're done here.
Well, I've never seen that happen.
Sorry,
I saw that happen. I saw that happen a lot.
I've never seen that happen.
Said sorry, I voted for that one.
But I believe they then launched another console. You forgot about your other console.
Forgot about your other console. Yeah, then came the Wii U, which had games on it, and is still around today. And still has games coming out for it.
And I like the Wii U. The second screen stuff, I'm going to say right now, I love it. That's one thing I love about Nintendo is the innovation. That second screen with the gameplay, that's fucking awesome. When they do it right, that is fucking unbelievably awesome.
Mhm.
And hell, even multiplayer. Some people complain of, oh, well, half my TV's bigger than the gamepad. Yeah, but you have the gamepad closer to your face.
Mhm.
Unless your TV's bigger than your face, when you hold the screen in front of it, it's better because there's no screen peeking and you get the local multiplayer stuff. That's awesome.
I will say one amazing thing that the second screen allowed me to do is in college I could wake up literally and just because I had my headphones plugged into the Wii U gamepad, I would just turn on my gamepad and watch Netflix straight from there. Don't even have to turn on my TV. My Wii U gamepad's already right there and go straight into Netflix.
I've done that before now. I didn't want to. I did that when I was watching something. I was like, okay. And I watched, I think it was Amazon Prime or Netflix, one of the two. I watched that because someone else wanted to watch something else on the TV that was live. And I'm like, well, I'm not going to tell them to turn off their live shit. No. Pump in my headphones, I just watch that. And I'm like, that's great.
I'm just like, because I literally had like the Wii, the gamepad right near my desk. Like I could go and turn on the TV because I think at that point I lost the remote or whatever. And I'm like, nope, not leaving my bed. Just gonna go straight up watch Netflix. So I don't even have to move. Like.
Also, how about that Pro Controller battery?
Oh,
Yes.
fuck you! Amazeballs.
How about that Miiverse?
It exists.
Okay.
I like Miiverse. Because I'm like, it's like Twitter, but just for video games. Because I've noticed it, like with my Twitter and stuff. If I'm just posting nothing but video game stuff, people get bored shitless. Like if you get a wall of just me posting screenshots of Mario, you're gonna be like, fuck off. Don't follow or whatever. If you do it on Miiverse, people are like, yeah, and they'll leave you comments, and you've got people drawing, and it's like, but that community, a lot of the times, like if it's like, say, like you go onto like, I don't know, Super Mario Brothers U, and you play it, oh my god, the community seems to have a genuine love for these games, and it's not like most of the internet boards either, where people will troll you because they have moderation, they actually care. So what's left is like this weird thing that doesn't normally exist on the internet, this culture, this community of people who just love the games and just want to enjoy them. And that's fucking awesome in this day and age.
And also, they could be actually really helpful because you just straight up upload your stuff, and a lot of times people are in the same place as you.
Yep, there's that.
Although I had to say, when I was doing Wind Waker on frickin' the Wii U, like I didn't turn off like the whatever it is. It says like only from your friends or whatever. So I probably should have, but I got the funniest fucking Picto Box things. It's so funny. Oh my god, just all the people, and you know you can do the selfie things, and he can actually be in the picture now, and it's just like, oh, it's so awful, all the things.
Yep. But yeah, the Wii U's the most common, so we probably won't talk too much about all the stuff it's done.
Yeah.
Because it's still around.
Yeah.
But, like I said, the second screen stuff was pretty innovative. The Pro Controller was fucking awesome. I liked the social elements of Miiverse. I also liked it was the first console to let me directly upload stuff to Twitter, Facebook, and all them at once. I don't have a Facebook, but I do have a Twitter that I do like to use. At Chris, aka the Mole, that's one word, people. And basically, just get my brand out there. No. But no, I do it. But you know what I mean? I like doing that stuff. But with Twitter, at least. I don't like Facebook. Fuck no. But Twitter, I do like uploading to Twitter and stuff. And it's like, that was the first console to let me do that. It gets overlooked as that. And it's cool in that regard. Some stuff was a little disappointing, like the promise of TV.
Oh, that was fun while it lasted.
But being able to use your remote as a TV remote is really fucking handy if you ever lose your TV remote.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if Richter's done that.
I have not used it as that, no.
I did that with, basically, ironically, I think it was, where was it? It might be in this room. When someone lost the remote for my TV. They had it, and then they took it out the room with them. You don't do that. And they lost it somewhere, and I was like, oh. So I had my Wii U in here at the time, so I'm like, you know what? Okay, fine. And I programmed my Wii remote to be my TV remote. And I was like, volume, and I was using it like that. I'm like, this is awesome. which I believe you can do from an iPad, and I will give props, the iPad did it first, but it's still a great functionality of a console. It's the first console to do it.
But now it's just a sad reminder of a button that's on your Wii U gamepad that no longer does like all the things it could do before.
Not really.
Yeah.
I have to ask, did anyone really use TV for what it was? Of like, oh, now you can browse through the stuff?
I totally used the TV, and then it was gone.
But you don't have TV.
We had it for a while.
But you don't have a TV.
Not right now. I don't have cable, but this is
So you're
back
not
when
missing it.
I'm missing it because back when I used to use it, and I wish like I still had it. I'm not saying I'd use it now to get cable or anything, but like it was really nice when it was there.
You could do it on your 360 now, or Xbox One now by hooking it up from streaming.
It's not the same.
You haven't tried it that way, you don't know.
It don't feel the same.
How do you know if you haven't tried it?
It's not the same.
She's one of those, I bet you she says the word Xpound. But, yeah. It's a case of, like I said, the Wii U did do some stuff right. It's done some stuff bad, but I feel this gen targeted the Wii U because it's like Nintendo can't do anything right. Gamers always get on their shit of, oh, look, it's like even when they released something awesome of like when they showed off the. Did you ever see that when they showed off the Legend of Zelda Wii U stuff?
Mm-hmm.
Now still gamers going, boo, Skyrim's better.
Mm.
Well, it's no Witcher 3. And I'm like, oh.
Your mom's Witcher 3.
Yeah. But I'm like, with this, I'm just like, I don't know why people have targeted Nintendo this gen. Luckily, they have made profit thanks to amiibos and stuff. But as a result, like I feel like a lot of developers even went out their way to be spiteful to the Wii U. Like as much as I like EA, they were a big part of this. There was that rumor that EA wanted Origin to be on the Nintendo Store as their go-to store for games and stuff. And Nintendo said, no, we're going to do our own like the other consoles. So EA said, well, fuck yeah, and started to be really nasty. Like, for example, turning around and releasing Mass Effect 3 on the Wii U with no DLC, and then announcing on the other systems was Mass Effect Trilogy with DLCs, and then complaining that the Wii U one didn't sell. And it's like, well, yeah, because you fucking screwed it over. You can't do that. And they're like, well, it just proves third-party games don't sell. I really disagree.
Well, so like your mom does.
I mean, there was a reason Zombie U was out for a while, and that was made by Ubisoft, not made by Nintendo.
Mm-hmm. And that was awesome, because your freaking friends could loot your body and steal your shit. And my friend Blaine, man, he always fucking hit my corpse all the time. It was just me and him fucking killing each other and stealing each other's corpses, the stuff on each other's corpses. Yeah, corpse looting.
Yep. But did you want to talk about games then, Rick?
Sure.
Or did you want to features and stuff you liked?
Yes, the Pro Controller is really good. That has the best battery life
Of all time.
The second screen was kind of cool for some things, but on the flip side of the Pro Controller, that has abysmal battery life. I think it's terrible. And it's cool that you can do it for split screen stuff. Sometimes I wish it was optional, like when I'm playing Hyrule Warriors, which is a pretty cool game. But I like that I can play it on the little screen. That's cool. But whenever doing two-player, it always kind of sucks because it's like I almost wish I could share it, just because it like I don't know. It's somehow easier to like see it on the big screen. It's better. Like I'm more used to looking up instead of just staring at that little screen and like hurting my neck. and I don't know if it'd run better, but two-player on that can be a little has some draw distance issues. But the pad's pretty cool. I think I'd like it more as an optional thing, but it's pretty cool. Game-wise, mentioned Hyrule, that was cool. Bayonetta 2 was pretty cool. And as alluded to earlier, probably easily my most played. Whatever. Most played Wii game probably. I'll just tie it with Hyrule. Why not? Was Monster Hunter 3 Ultimate because it was on
Nice.
3DS and the Wii U, and I had to buy both versions because yeah. To be fair to myself, though, I got them both for around the same price. So, like, added together, they were the price of a game. So it's like, it feels like cross-buy then.
Mm-hmm.
But that was a really good version. It's the best, I would say, home console version of a Monster Hunter game. And this isn't out yet, but I'm really looking forward to Xenoblade Chronicles X. It comes out 2 months from now or so.
Nice. On the related to that, I will say, how the fuck wasn't Luigi's Mansion 2 a Wii game?
I have no idea.
I was wondering.
Because he's not Mario.
No, it's
There
true.
are people out there that are just like, oh, it's not Mario. I don't want to play it.
Explain Super Luigi Brothers.
Did that even sell that well?
It sold pretty well, I thought. It was in the charts for a while.
What isn't the Years of Luigi?
It was the year of the Luigi, which means that would be the perfect time for that game.
Well, then it wouldn't have been a Wii game.
That is also true, but they could have brought it out on Wii U and still used the Wiimote and stuff.
I would have liked to see that. I did. I only played a little bit of the original, but I did like it, and I did want to get it eventually. Never did, but I did, and also Dark Moon. Still haven't gotten that, but that console one would be, like using the Wii remote. That would be pretty cool. I don't know any other games because that's all I've really played on the Wii U. I guess I did play Zombie U, which was pretty cool. I like that multiplayer. I didn't really play the single. Well, I didn't play the single player. Saw some of it, but
Nice. My ones would probably be, and just like the Wii, I'm aware at least three of these are Mario games. Actually, four, actually most of them. But yeah, basically, obviously, first I have to say my favorite one of the Wii U has to be Super Mario Maker. That game is fucking awesome.
What?
Yeah, but that game is fucking awesome. Love Super Mario 3D World. That game is fucking awesome with Cat Mario and stuff. It's like, that's awesome. I also loved Mario Kart U. That was awesome. Or Mario Kart 8, I should say. Loved the new Smash Brothers. It's like, oh my god, they brought back wave dashing and stuff. That's awesome. I love Sonic Lost World. I'm not sure if anyone's played that one. That's fucking awesome. I loved Sonic Lost World.
I have not. Sorry.
Fair enough. And of course, like you mentioned, Zombie U was fun as hell. I also, ironically, had more fun playing a Call of Duty game on the Wii U than I did on the on the PS3 at the time, or PS4. It would have been the PS4. I had more fun playing that on the Wii U than I did that on the time, because local multiplayer while playing online, it was like, oh my god, it's everything at once. And I was like, that's awesome. I loved that. I also want to give a shout out. I'll give one last shout out, and that's to Batman Arkham City Armored Edition. Was it a little easier than Arkham City? Yes, but was Arkham City like basically a beat 'em up anyway? Yes, let's face it. So I don't care. It's like, that one's already easier. Fuck it, why not go a little bit easier? But what made this one cool was the use of the Wii U gamepad as the back computer with the voices coming through that, like you were actually Batman. It's like, yes, I'm Batman. Of course, I had to say that multiple times while playing it. I'm Batman.
Yes.
It's like, I've heard the only way to play Batman Arkham Knight on Xbox is to say, Xbox, I'm Batman, and it boots you straight in.
It should.
It should. But those would be mine.
All right. Pew, do you have any that we haven't mentioned?
Oh.
Oh, yeah.
I did forget. I want to give a slight shout out to Pokemon Rumble. Their
Oh,
first.
sorry, you couldn't hear me.
Oh.
Yes, but people are talking to you. But yeah, I said the first foyer into the toys to games category with little tiny figures. You could get the Pokemon that goes and they appear in the game. And I was like, you didn't need them. They were entirely optional, just like Amiibo. So I would argue they were the first Amiibos, ironically.
Mm-hmm.
I loved them. And I love that game. It's like, and it's like a beat 'em up like beat 'em up, like I don't know what you call it, like side scrolling ish, but top down. That's sort of like Diablo meets Pokemon meets I don't know what the fuck, like, but it's really fun. It's not the Pokemon game we wanted, but it's the one we deserved.
Alright, so the one I had to mention most of all, I think, was, okay, now I'm going to try to say this because I've been working on it. Pikmin 3. Is that good?
Yes.
Yeah.
Less space between the pick and the man.
Hey, I'm trying to make sure I pronounce it right. I'll work on timing after. That's the next step.
Oh, but
But
I like hearing you talk about Pigman 3. It's all awesome.
So yeah, I love Pikmin. And I love the games. They're so awesome. It was nice to see how. Well, I would say graphics don't really matter. It was super awesome to see them so beautiful, and they had the atmospheric, stuff where they can come in to focus and not, and it was just super beautiful. If they knew how beautiful it was, they even put a camera in it. I love Pikmin 3. So yeah, and then also another one I had to mention, which I think Richter also played, is Wonderful 101.
I did play a little bit of that.
Yeah, da 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 da, make up our own fucking theme songs. We're fucking awesome. It was really cool, and I also really liked the voice acting of the general, who was Fenris in a Dragon Age 2, Gideon Emery. He was cool, especially because when all the people talk, their little bobbleheads go up and down, and it's just so fun to hear him be like serious. What'd you say?
And you can relate.
Oh no, because I did not have a bobblehead.
I don't know. You have been nicknamed it before now.
That's because I don't even know why. That's so fucking random. I don't even know how that became a thing.
Your massive head.
I have a proportionally small head. Anyway.
Your massive head that squeezing that through your mother's vagina left it looking like the rings of Saturn.
What?
Fact.
There we go. I was like, come on, I want the fact. I want the fact.
So yeah, Wonderful 101, that was super awesome. Also, we mentioned Zombie U. All the freaking, like, if you have at least one friend who plays at the same time as you, it's just great, because whenever you have to freaking like go to bed and you're not playing or whatever, or if you die, like, they can like get your stuff, or you can like leave stuff in the same area and they will find the stuff that you left.
And you can also post messages for people.
Yeah.
Tell them which way to totally go. Not that I'd go into a room and go, okay, down that call is nothing but zombies. You're down here fast before the zombies come in.
I've seen more state the obvious ones than trolls, because there was a room at one of the ending levels where it's like literally the whole room's on fire, and all I'd see is warning, this room's on fire, but you'd have to be in the room to get the message. Like, it wasn't before the room or anything else, it's fucking in the room. Really, if I see this message, I'm already in the fiery room! It's like, why would you do that? Things like that.
I also love the developers left messages in there for you to scan.
Yeah, that's also really good. Yeah.
Like, I loved one of them taking the piss out of people that were calling it not that good a game, not that good a survival horror game, to which they were pointing out why it was a survival horror game.
I really like that one. It had me scared like a whole lot. Unfortunately, the best episode where I was the most scared actually got fucked up, so I couldn't because I did record it, but then the data got fucked up and I couldn't display it online because it was the underwater level, man, and I was like, if there's anything, I hate freaking water and I hate small spaces, so this is combining like those two things together.
Well, if Star Trek taught me anything, it's that data gets corrupted every fucking week.
So basically, it was
Thank
just
you.
me swearing a whole lot in an episode because I'm like, fuck, 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 it hears me. Oh, goddamn, what is that? Ah! Ah! Like, and just like, that just made the whole freaking episode because it's like everything I hated.
Just because you're scared doesn't mean you have to swear.
But see, that's the thing. I just swear when I get scared. I can't help it.
For more on that, see Richter streaming Skylanders.
Why would
Yeah.
Skylanders scare him?
Oh my
I think
god,
he's-
it's so cute. It's coming right at me. I'm so scared.
I don't think that's how that worked, but okay.
I don't think that's how it works.
Now, how underwater are we talking here, Pew?
Oh, well, see, I don't like just being like in water in the dark or underwater, as in like standing on a beach. Like I will always stand like if my feet can't like touch the bottom of like the water, like and your legs just dangling in the water. I like I think I'm gonna get eaten by the shark or like I hate being on a boat. Like
Well,
generally I
Oh, I'll admit, I hate being in swimming pools and stuff like that at the sea and stuff in real life. I like it in video games for some reason, I don't know why, but in real life, I will admit, I hate that stuff because I almost died when I was like 10.
oh wow.
Yeah, I drowned and was technically not breathing till they resuscitate me. After that, it's been like, no.
that makes
Even
sense.
like
Sometimes it's not safe to get back in the water.
I don't know. This is why I also hate freaking every Mario underwater level, every Legend of Zelda water level, like every just by fear of like water is like even the freaking Ursula and any like Disney under the water movie. I just like hate all of those things because I hate being in all water in all genres anywhere. Just, I don't like does not want this.
What's that right, Rick?
What?
Pew hate water.
I'm kind of like a cat where I'm like water like. Don't like this.
Kind of like a cat in that it's another thing I don't care about.
At least it's fucking left me alone finally. It's banging into shit in longest time. Yeah, those are mine.
Nice. I feel like there was a couple, like we were talking about, for Wii and Wii U that Nintendo could have done and just didn't. Like I mentioned two really ones. I was like, how did you not do this in the past? And I mentioned one in this of Luigi's Mansion Wii U. Oh, sorry, or Wii. Either one's fine. Using that Wii remote and Zapper, because based on how Ghostbusters was, that's fucking perfect. And the other one I mentioned, using Zombie U, and I've mentioned this in the past, and ironically, Fable Legends on Xbox One may be the closest to this yet, but it's still it's still not how I want it, if that makes sense.
Mm.
I wanted Dungeons and Dragons, where someone could actually put stuff out on the Wii U gamepad as the dungeon master and plan out the dungeon and the story and stuff and upload it online, and then people can play through it with like their Wii remote and their control pad and actually go through and play like an action game.
That'd be
Therefore, it's
fucking
got all elements mixed in. Or if you're playing with a friend while you're doing the dungeon master thing, you can do like Zombie U and summon the enemies and do the dice rolls and stuff. I think that'd just be really fucking fun.
That would be amazing.
Like that online, I don't think me and Rick would play anything else. I would insist he plays me on Dungeons and Dragons every night.
That would be awesome.
And with local multiplayer, bring Wife Blade. And hell, bring you and Wife Blade to Marcus's house. Because every team needs cannon fodder.
There you go.
No,
It's the best one.
The best one.
What
But
class are you, badass? I
Yeah,
don't think that's class.
I have all the powers.
Yeah.
All the everything?
Yeah. But I'm not sure which games you guys thought they should have done on Wii and Wii U and just missed the beat, because Wii and Wii U is so different a console. I'm like, how there's a few games. I'm like, how have you not done this?
Mario Sunshine Wii, Mario Sunshine 3 on Wii U.
Yes, but I'm
Because
talking proper ideas, Pure.
I would love those games. You kidding me? I want more of them.
Okay, but over to Rick,
Yeah.
because I'm assuming you can get what I was actually saying.
Yeah. Well, it depends on how they did the Mario one, but I could see the aiming with the Wii remote. I would like to see a proper Metroid on the Wii U. I think that would be awesome. There are lots of different ways you could do it. It'd be annoying for me, but I could see like the actually moving the pad around kind of like Star Fox style to like scan things. Not aiming. Aiming would get really annoying, but I could see them have either like ship levels or just like I said to scan stuff. You lift it up and it's like you're looking through the visor or whatever would be cool. Or if you had it more like either like I don't know, let's just say 3D Metroid, and then there's sections that are 2D, and you play those on the gamepad, so it looks like the old Metroid, but it's like Prime and the old one. Like that might be good.
That could be really cool. Like on the game screen, like on the TV, you play it as like the
Yeah, like
remote
Prime.
and truck
Yeah.
or something, or even like you said, like Prime with like the normal buttons, whichever one you want to do. Then the second they enter like the air vent or something, enter a puzzle boom, on the gamepad screen, like a mini game. That'd be fucking
Yeah.
awesome.
Other than that, don't know. Although I will admit, I was surprised that there was no Star Fox on Wii. Seems like that could have worked.
That could have worked, especially with that what's it called, Wii wheel attachment. Could have easily made like a spaceship one and just done it like that to steer it through space.
Yes.
Like I was surprised there was no fucking what do you call it, F-Zero.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know what they did with that franchise. I remember someone speculating that, like, with Mario Kart 8, with the like anti-gravity or whatever, like when you drive on the ceiling of walls, they're like, that could have been an F-Zero. Now we're not gonna get one.
That is also true. Of course, I have to say it, and it's the same with both. A 3D Pokemon.
Yeah.
That's because they hate money.
I believe it's because the company that makes Pokemon, a Gamer Freak or whatever, don't want to do consoles, because like it's Pocket Monster, it should be something you carry in your pocket.
I will make big enough pants to put this in my pocket if you promise me a game.
Yeah. So if they made Digimon, then they wouldn't make toys of it, because it's not digital.
Oh, like I've said in the past, I don't think they're right.
I know, but I'm just saying if they made Digimon with it, and like, we
Yeah.
want to make toys, and they're like, no, it must stay digital.
Yeah, it's like no, but they've mentioned that in the past. If they don't want to make it on the console, because like it doesn't really suit a console, because with Pokemon, it's like you're meant to be on the move and trading with friends. It's like yeah, good job. Online hasn't taken off, but you could easily do that and meet on an online thing.
Yeah.
But you're supposed to play on a small screen. Good job the Wii U doesn't have a gamepad screen. Yeah, well, it's supposed to be DS. Get out. With the DS Virtual Console, I'm hoping they port some.
Oh, I want to say there was a rumor of that, but now I can't remember. Maybe I was thinking of something else.
Because I know they ported other ones, mate. That's cool. And now the Wii U with the Virtual Console we were talking about earlier now has Wii and also DS. There's a load of ones I want to see from the DS on there.
Well, I remember the people were wanting a DS player for the Wii U, and I would totally buy that.
Yeah, it's like with the Virtual Console stuff. DS, I totally want them to port Sonic the Hedgehog Chronicles Dark Brotherhood.
that is a game.
No one's played. Have you played it?
Yeah, I played some.
Oh, okay. I wasn't sure if you'd played it. Now you're just like, oh, it's a Sonic game.
No, I did, because I was like, wait, BioWare? Well, I'm not too big a fan of Sonic, but sure.
I know it was awesome.
Yeah, I have that game.
I love that game. It was a mixture. In case you wondering, it was a mixture of Sonic games and BioWare games, just without over the top morality choices. Like the choices you might have to make didn't really matter per se, but they mattered to me. Like I could constantly be a dick to Tails, and I could get Sonic together with Amy, shut up and take my money.
Yeah, but it was kind of weird, the sex scenes in that game. Oh, wait, they didn't. I'm just kidding. But...
I was about to say, isn't that other Sonic game? The one that Mole had or whatever, where into this weird area.
That was awesome. I assume you guys totally went and played that afterwards.
No, I should have, though.
It's like all your nightmares.
No, I'm pretty sure the eel from Mario 64 has that distinction.
But that was our
But yeah,
look at Wii and Wii U, I believe.
Yes.
And we're doing. Are we doing DS, 3DS, Game Boy, Game Boy Advance, Game Boy Advance SP, Game Boy Pocket, Game Boy Color?
I would
seems
like
a bit
to.
excessive.
We'll do them. Yeah, we can do them next week.
Sure.
But it seems excessive. We've gone through
No,
all Nintendo.
I know, no, because you then you started saying like the SP and like the we don't need like a video specifically for each and every like Game Boy there ever was.
No, but we were discussing. Well, technically we do, because we were discussing the idea of next week discussing the handhelds.
Okay,
Yeah.
I thought you meant like a video like per like this one is just about like the SP. Go. Like that's it. Just
No, the SP didn't have specific games. Now the Color did. You
Yeah.
can't argue that the Game Boy Color didn't have different games to the Game Boy Pure.
Oh, it totally did. That's why I've got my Pikachu one in full color. You know.
Yeah.
All right. So
Game Boy Printer for the win.
I have one of those.
I know you do. I was like, yeah, I know someone who finally bought one. Because I kept seeing them, the camera stuff, and when I was younger, I kind of wanted one, for Christmas and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But I never really got one, and that's fine with me. And later on, years later, I'm like, when you mentioned you had one, I'm like, oh god, I actually know someone who has one. Just like Richter knows someone who actually had a Game Gear and the TV adapter. And you also know someone like me who bought a Game Boy Advance and a TV adapter over here, and then got phoned up by the British fucking TV license company trying to charge me money because I can now watch BBC on my handheld device. I must pay the licensing fee. So I was like, oh, my house already has one.
How did they know?
Because the store sends them a thing every time one's sold.
Oh, okay. I just thought maybe they followed you.
Yeah. Because I always like those little TV adapters so you could watch TV on the go. It's like, oh, that's awesome.
That I don't think I ever actually got one of those, but I should track one down.
Would it work now?
I don't care. It's probably like $1.
Yeah, it's probably like $1, but I'm not.
I mean, I wasn't really going to use the camera, but it was like $1, and I was like, okay, why not? That's
Oh
good.
yeah, but the reason I mentioned that is I'm not sure if they still work nowadays. Because I'm not sure if it's the same in your country. Over here, we swapped from analog to digital a couple of years back, and you needed special aerials for it. So like the big bunny ears sticking out of a Game Boy Advance just won't work anymore. I was like,
Yeah.
Now am I supposed to watch TV on the go? Oh wait, everything does it now. When everyone's special.
Oh, now I have to watch it on my phone instead of my Game Boy.
Yeah. I liked watching it on my Game Boy because it's like I wasn't supposed to. Like when I had a PSP, I watched UMDs. And I still own a couple of UMD films, like the Bret Hart one and stuff. I own the DVD of it too, but I bought the UMDs to watch on my console, like at the airports and stuff. And I'm like, this is awesome. I'm not supposed to be doing this.
Nice.
But more on stupid accessories for the handheld device next week.
All right, so there you have it. Our
Get
look
ready
back
to
at
rumble.
Wii and Wii U. So next week will be the handheld stuff. So come on back for that, and thank you very, very much for joining us, and hope to see you next week. Good night.